I apologize, you folks. My memory card got full, so we are continuing on where we left off, where he was speaking about his extraordinary UFO sighting. Please continue, Dean.
No worries, Angel. Yeah, so that was, the boys had come running up. They saw it with me, and the thing just took about 15 seconds to traverse the horizon. We lost it and disappeared into the sun, and
it's nice that all of you saw it.
yes, and the two guys.
It wasn't just one of you.
Yeah, so that was probably what was that? Probably about 12, 13 years ago now.
Wow.
And the boys I catch up with, they're in circles of friends, and when we do catch up, they just walk up. We walk up to each other. They've got big grins on their faces, and it's within minutes we're talking about that.
Wow.
That again, and
wow.
so that was pretty cool. But I suppose I've had about 30 plus sightings now.
Wow. All in Australia for the most part.
For the most part, a few in England. Been over there with the crop circles. Felt very drawn to go over there.
Ooh.
And just the synchronicities with 11:11.
Right when you said that, my camera said 11:11.
Really?
Yeah, we were 1 minute 11 seconds into it. That's crazy.
No, it's not actually. That's just normal.
That's normal. I know.
Normal.
I get that number a lot too. So.
Yeah, it's certainly changed my world around, I can tell you.
Oh, it's so crazy. Wow. Well, thank you so much for sharing that extraordinary experience with us. So my next question to you would be, how do you feel about December 21st, 2012 and the shift in general? Do you think that that date marks like catastrophe, or what is your opinions on this? Yeah,
well, there's a few different opinions out there. I'm hoping that it's the shift will be a big shift in consciousness, and that the fact that these guys are just going to roll back up en masse, and that we will get disclosure from the sky.
Nice.
And that will wake up humanity to let everyone know. That'll change everyone's thought process.
Yes, I agree.
To say the least.
I agree.
You know, they say we're coming into this energetic stage of the area of the universe, or our galaxy lining up with the centre of the Milky Way, and there could be some earth changes. The sun could get fairly active and you know, belch out an X-class flare and wipe out all the power grid. Right, there's been talk of that as well. Yeah. There's we live in some pretty exciting times, but I would like to think, I feel as if, and you look at a lot of ancient prophecy, and you look at how they all speak about, you've got ancient civilizations that all talk about, that have been separated by oceans, and for thousands of years all talk about these wisdom keepers who said that they would return. Exactly. You know, and even all major religions say the same, And you look at Christianity and how they talk about Jesus said he'd return, or Revelations, and you kind of join the dots going back there, and you've got all these ancient cultures talking about these extraterrestrials, who said they would return, that all would be revealed. Right. And so I'm certainly hoping some of these 9 gods the Mayans talk about said that they would return. Right. And who knows, maybe every 5,125 years they come back and check on the kids and see how they're doing. The kids! The kids. Oh, I like that. Because, you know, the crop circles have been a pretty big communication to all of us down here, and even in the 80s there, when they really started getting into the consciousness of people, that's when they really started to change too. Because they'd just been the plain circles. That's right, and they started to get more intricate and detailed. Once they started getting out into the newspapers and into media, and people started travelling around the world, and then they started to expand from there. And we've had, you know, pretty interesting 30 years with that. Unfortunately, most of us have ignored it. But there's been a lot of warning signs in them too. Yeah. About 2012 and the 21st of the 12, we get a lot of crop circles where they actually have the planetary alignments there, planets around the sun that exactly set up on the 21st of the 12th. One of the guys I went with on tour with over in England, he said that the Hopi Indians called the early 90 pictograms, they called them warning signs. And they look like star alignments. Whoa. And he was actually, when he showed some of these pictures to the Hopi Indians, they got very excited, and they dragged him over to this rock. And so where all these pictograms were down in the early these were on this ancient Hopi rock. The
same thing.
Whoa. And they basically told Chet that these were warning signs. We call them the keys, but they actually look like planetary alignments.
Wow.
And these keys look like big solar prominences and flares and things.
Wow.
So I've been kind of following the crop circles pretty closely, and yes, the 21st to 12th could be pretty interesting as far as the sun just being very active. Could give us some grief down here with our electrical system. It could give us some issues with earthquakes too, because those flares, they interact with the magnetic fields of the Earth, and some believe that they can be the tipping point for some earthquakes and plates to actually shift when these fields are interacted with.
Wow.
So hopefully that's all kept to a minimum, and that our star family just all rolls back up and wakes the whole planet up.
Yeah, exactly.
Stop killing each other, you know, and maybe get us off some of this fossil fuel. But somehow I don't think they're not going to come down here and fix our politics up or any of that sort of thing. I think we're going to have to wait.
We got to do it ourselves.
We're going to do it ourselves, and you know.
I love it. Okay, well, Dean, this has been really, really phenomenal. I've got one last question for you, and this is probably the most important. Is there any message of love and inspiration that you would like to share with the entire world today?
Just treat everyone as you'd love to be treated, and be nice to animals and everyone. I just hope everyone can get their head out of the box of society that we've been brought up in. It's a very small box, and I guess you doing what you're doing and help spreading the word and raising people's consciousness that maybe they might forward your videos on to friends or family.
Yes.
And just wakes them up to a much larger reality, and I guess that's what being conscious is all about.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Dean.
Thank you.
Oh, it's been great, and all of your experiences are so phenomenal and so fun. Thank you for sharing them. And thank you, everybody. You want to say any last words, Dean?
Pretty good. Thank you.
Aloha, everyone. Namaste. Thank you for joining us. Love and light for you.
Thank you.